Well, Coach, tough loss facing it off against one of the top teams in the country. What do you kind of take away from an opening day game where you're facing a guy who comes in after last year having an ERA below 1?
Well, I thought it was a game. It was a good game for quite a bit. I mean, we've got to get rid of the crooked numbers, and that was our first outing for the kid in Division I. So I thought he did a good job. He just lost it in the 4th inning, and we're trying to find out who's who on our team right now. So. Tip my hat to the Beavers. They're a very good ball club, and so are the Lobos.
What do you think about Slaten? I mean, he showed some good control and stuff in the early innings, ran into a little bit of trouble in that 4th, 5th inning. What do you think about his stuff to use him as a Friday guy this season?
I think he's going to get better as the year goes on. That's his first start in Division I, so he's going to get better. It was command issues. It was totally command issues. And his breaking ball's got to get a little bit better, but his changeup was good. It's just command, and also we told him not to pitch to a guy, and he pitched to a guy. We told him to pitch around that guy, and that guy made a difference in the ball.
Is that Nick Madrigal?
You might, yeah. It's kind of hard to figure that out, right? He's pretty good.
He's a pretty good player on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, I overheard Slaten talking about how he threw a changeup and it was in and low, and still Madrigal kind of keeps his hands inside and is able to hit that one out. What do you kind of tell him there as a learning? A learning curve after in that first D1 start when you're facing a guy like that, a little bit different type of opponent, I would say.
Yeah, he learned a lesson. He learned a lesson on how to execute the game. He's still just trying to throw strikes, and he's got to pay a little more attention to who's on deck and who's in the hole and who's up and what they're trying to do. And it's all about command. Everything's about command, and he'll get it. He'll have more command as the season goes on.
Looks like you're going to be, teaching up some guys. You got some young guys at the bottom of the lineup, losing a number of guys that have been, multiple year starters for you. What's kind of the outlook for this team with some of those young guys having to play early?
Well, this team's pretty talented physically. It's just got to experience as the best teacher. So I got to get them involved. And you know me, I'll be at Fullerton, I'll be at Oregon State, I'll be wherever there's a great team. That's where the Lobos are going. So, by the way, Kyle, Shotgun's got a beautiful tie on today. It's really nice.
The top of your lineup is where some of your veterans are. How important is it for those guys to kind of be the table setters, but also just be guys up there at the top of the lineup? With Danny Collier, a guy that's been able to get on base for you when he's been able to stay healthy, and then Mang, having an RBI single where he rips the ball against Luke Heimlich, and then also the next half inning, making a tremendous catch in center field.
Danny Collier is huge, and Schilling made a great at bat, not striking out, and causing the inning we scored 2 runs. So those guys, right now Mang's dealing with a lot of attention that these poor old New Mexico boys don't get all the time, and so now there's a lot of scouts knocking on his door. But he got big. He got big in the last week, and he's got to settle down and just be who he is. So this venue is really good for us because this is the best in the West. It's some of the best teams here. Gonzaga, Cal Poly, and Oregon State are very, very good. And this is the level we want to be at because in June, we plan on being where those guys plan on being.
And what kind of goes into that scheduling philosophy, knowing that the Mountain West is always tough every year, but to want to go play teams like this at the beginning of the seasons every year?
Well, I'm the kind of guy that goes finds the biggest guy in the room and let's get it on. So I've always been that way, and that's the way this program's always been because I'm not sweating anything. It's about trying to get to Omaha and give pride to New Mexico. That's what I'm trying to do.